How's this look? We're back, baby. Talking about fitness. Fitness. If you're ambitious but lazy about fitness, then this video is for you. If you've been thinking about starting in the gym but just can't get over that barrier to actually get in there and get going, then in this video, I'm gonna break down how simple and easy it can be for you to get started and for you to do the minimal effort to get the maximum results. So I'm gonna cover 3 KPIs, key performance indicators, for you to hit every single day or week so that you see the most growth in the least amount of time, as well as 3 various levels of commitment that you can tailor to your own needs. Level 1 is the least committed. You're doing the minimum, the absolute bare minimum. And level 3 is the most committed, and so you're going to see the best results. Finally, I'm going to cover what a minimalist plan can look like for you so that you can just copy and paste it to your own plan and just get started. Key performance indicators. There are 3: protein, calories, and lifting. And to go a little bit more in depth, protein, the minimum you need is 0.75 grams per pound of body weight to see the maximum level of growth. This is seen in studies, but as we know, studies aren't always reality, so I like to get somewhere closer to 1 gram per pound of body weight. 1.2 is overdoing it, but you're not going to hurt yourself. If you want to cover all your bases, that's totally fine too. These aren't going to hurt you. This is a minimum. Calories, deficit, maintenance, or surplus. So for calories don't necessarily increase your muscle gain. Calories does increase your fat gain. I'm not going to go into this because it's pretty complicated and there's mixed opinions, but studies show that an increase in calories don't actually increase muscle mass to a significant amount. And so I would recommend sitting at maintenance, but if you're somewhat new to calorie counting and tracking, then I would do a small surplus of 0 to 200. Somewhere in there works great. And for lifting, 1 time a week, 2, 3, 5 times a week, what is best? What is optimal? Beginners have been shown to increase their muscle mass with just 1 lifting session per muscle group per week. However, we want to cover all our bases, and I think the minimum you should be doing is 2 times per week. 3 times even better. 5 times for 1 muscle group is a lot. I would not recommend it. So now you have your KPIs. Keep it straightforward. All of these fit on a sticky note. If you need your calorie maintenance, it's super easy. Go to a calorie calculator online, punch in your height, age, weight, and it will punch out your starting point. But that's not always going to be exactly perfect. I'd even say that it will never be perfect. But what you can do is you'll take that, you'll eat that for a week or 2, see what your weight does, and adjust accordingly. We want to be slowly gaining weight, less than half a pound a week. That is what you should focus on. Again, these 3 things, they're on a sticky note. It's super easy. Just do these and you will grow. Let's go on to the 3 levels of commitment that you could choose from. The lowest level of commitment. This is for if you're just a piece of shit and just don't want to do anything, but you still want a physique that other guys envy. This is what you need to do. 0.75 grams per pound of body weight in protein every single day. So for a 160-pound person, that is 120 grams of protein every single day. This is the minimum. This is very easy, especially when you start building awareness to what foods have protein and you eat protein every single meal. It's pretty standard, pretty easy, and you can enhance this with a protein powder if you want to, but you're not going to because this is the lowest level. Next, minimal tracking. If I was super lazy and burnt out, I probably wouldn't track almost at all. If anything, I'm only tracking protein, which I would recommend. Just track protein every single day, and you can think glass of milk 8 grams, the waffle 10 grams, the chicken will estimate about 50, things like that. You just run through your day and add up the protein in your head, or you can get a little app or notebook, doesn't matter. Just track your protein and you will be on pace to grow muscle. So, and then for your workout program, I would do full body 3 times per week. So you're in the gym for the least amount of time. You're doing your 2 sets, and I'll even give you an example program right here. You can look it over. This is just an example. If you want to take it, copy and paste it, that's totally fine. If you want to build a more personalized program to you and just know how to do it, you can find that in my community. I'll link that below. But this is the lowest level. You'll still see about 90% of optimized or optimal results. So if I did this for a year and I can at most gain 10 pounds of muscle in the year, you'd probably grow like 9. This is really pretty good, actually. The middle level, this is for those who are ready to jump in but not fully commit because you're either afraid of the overwhelm or whatever other reason that you have. So I'd recommend a gram per pound of body weight of protein. So if you're 160 pounds, that means you should consume 160 grams of protein per day. Again, I previously mentioned that 0.75 is all you need, but if it doesn't hurt you to eat more and it guarantees that you're getting the most growth, why not do it? So 1 gram per pound of protein. And then tracking, the next level is you're tracking your calories and protein. You can do this with an app, in a notebook. You can do this however you want, but just tracking to get you started, to get you an idea of what has what in it, how many calories per food item and things like that. You're, again, building that awareness so eventually you can go to a minimalist form of tracking once you get a better idea of what contains what. And then upper lower split, I like this split. This is one of my favorites. This is what I'm doing right now because I'm in a little bit of a busier season of my life, and you're hitting every major muscle group. This is mandatory. You have to hit your major muscle groups twice per week. And so this will be like upper lower rest, rest, for an example. And here's a program that you could take and plug into your own life for free. And the last thing I would say, intro to supplements. With not being the lowest, you're more willing to spend a little bit of money to see better results, and creatine should be the first thing that you buy. Not protein, not vitamins, not fish oils. Creatine is the best supplement for anybody trying to help with muscle gain, and there's so many other benefits that come along with creatine, and one of them is not balding. That is a myth. Protein you can buy if you really want to, but I rarely consume protein powder. I only consume it on days where I've undereaten and want to still hit my protein so I can build muscle. But it's not necessary. You can get all the protein that you need from Whole Foods, which I'd recommend anyway. So next, the highest level of commitment. This is for the person that is like, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to commit. I'm going to burn the boats. There's no going back. I want to see the best progress possible. Okay, that's you. Then you're going to, again, want to hit 1 gram per pound of protein every single day. Any more than this is fine, but 1 gram is already overdoing it. So you're totally fine. You don't need to do more than this. You don't need to stress yourself out about that. That's fine. Weighing food for more accurate tracking. This is very necessary because most people absolutely suck at tracking. And so if you can put out a cup and tell me what 8 ounces looks like, or put yogurt in a bowl and tell me what 170 grams looks like, don't weigh your food. But if you can't do that, then I think you should, because those small things add up over the day. If you're eating 3,500 calories and you're not weighing out your foods, those 20, 25, 50 calories that you're missing out on add up quickly. Now, you can remedy this by just doing over and making sure that you're for sure over, but we don't want excess fat gain, so weighing your food is beneficial for that reason. Meal timing. So what I mean by meal timing is eating a carb source shortly before a workout to fuel your lift, as well as eating enough protein every single meal to maximize muscle protein synthesis. And we see from primary literature that that number is 0.18 grams per pound per meal. And so for a 160 pound individual, that is 29 grams of protein every single meal to maximize muscle protein synthesis. After 0.18, it plateaus pretty steeply, and so you're already maxed out. So yeah, this seems excessive, and it could be argued that it is. However, we are trying to optimize and give you the best chance to grow the most amount of muscle, so stay with me. Next, the push-pull legs upper-lower split. This is a split that I was running for a while, and I really like it because on the push-pull legs, you can really focus on your front muscles in your upper body, as well as the back pulling muscles for your upper body. Legs are basically going to be the same for both times that you hit it during the week, but the push-pull part of this split I really like because I can get more out of that workout. Next, Creatine, as we hit in the last level, but also any vitamin deficiency. Vitamin deficiencies can actually impact your ability to grow muscle. If you're lacking vitamin D, if you're lacking zinc, if you're lacking anything associated with testosterone or recovery or sleep, potentially magnesium, then you would want to supplement with that. And you only know that you're deficient if you've had a regular blood test. So I wouldn't just take a multivitamin and waste your money on that. Take a blood test, go to your doctor, request one. It should be covered under your insurance, and you can actually find out what you're low in and supplement with that specifically to see better results in the long run. Again, this is optimizing everything. This is a little crazy, but sleep 7 to 9 hours. That's not crazy. You should be doing that anyway. 7 to 9 hours, a consistent sleep and wake schedule every single day, even the weekends. This means not going out with your buddies, or if you do, you're still waking up at the same time. You're keeping that same circadian rhythm so you're not confusing your body. And lastly is minimal cardio. Does cardio hurt weightlifting? No, it arguably helps you gain muscle and strength. However, excessive cardio does impact weightlifting, strength, and muscle increases negatively. I saw this when I was training for my marathon. When I started doing 15 hours of running a week, my lifts suffered. I stayed at the same strength levels, but my lifts suffered. And I keep this in here for a few reasons outside of just impacting strength and muscle increases. It also increases your calorie requirements, and if you're a skinny guy like me, it's already hard for you to hit your calorie requirements. So if you're running so often that you have to add another 500, 600, 700 calories to your daily intake, that is counterintuitive to what we're trying to do to build muscle. And that's the reason why I've kept this in here. And here is the push-pull legs upper lower split example that you can take and run with. If you got anything out of this video, please drop a thumbs up below. I really appreciate you watching all the way to the end. And if you have any desire to continue on this program long term, I do personal coaching as well as I have a free community, and I will link both below in the description. If you're interested in coaching, you can book a call. If you're interested in free stuff, you can join the community. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.